Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Razr 70, and today I'll show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. So, before I actually get started with the reset, I do want to quickly talk about backing up your device, as your device will hold a lot of your personal information, photos, videos, contacts, and so on, which I'm pretty sure vast majority of the people would like to have a copy of, just so they don't permanently lose it. So, for this purpose, I'll be going over two methods that you can utilize. You can use one of them, obviously, to back up your device, or both of them if you want to. And I'll be also talking about which one I would recommend using and also why. So, sorry for that. So, starting off, we're gonna go into these settings, and this is going to be the one that is going to be a little bit easier, faster, and I would say maybe more convenient because of how easy it is, but it's not going to be better, and that is through Google. So all we need to do is go into let's see, system, I think it is. Yep, system, and then backup. And here it automatically shows you the Google backup. Now if you're logged in, it automatically checks so you can confirm. This will automatically enable the backup for both of them. I'm gonna select cancel. I don't like this. I just don't like backing up anything to Google personally. So let's go over these options, and at the end of explaining these, I'm gonna talk about the why I don't like it. So under photos and videos, obviously you can back up your photos and videos that are on your device. To do so, you just check that on. Now under other device data, this includes things like backup contacts, call history, device settings, app data, SMS, and MMS messages. Now, this is what it supposedly does. Now, the reason I don't like it is for photos and videos, you're limited to 15 gigabytes for the most part. This is what most of us will have as our storage on our Google Drive. And these photos and videos are being backed up to Google Drive, which is a cap of 15 gigabytes as a free user. If you pay the monthly subscription, then you probably have more, possibly even up to 2 terabytes. So this might not be, important to some people, but to the vast majority of us which don't pay anything, it is going to be the case. 15 gigs is all you get. And any kind of content like your photos or videos that would exceed that 15 gigabytes gets left behind. So you're not actually backing it up, which as a backup is kind of bad. And furthermore, for privacy purposes, these all, including Google, are just shit. So, meaning, let me rephrase that. Everything including Google as a privacy concern is going to be shit. So, photos and videos obviously will be fed to their magnificent AI to train the shit out of it, and also any kind of data that they can get their hands on that would bring them revenue is automatically being sold to the highest bidder. Let's not kid ourselves, it might not be said right here, but Google isn't in a business of giving you operating system. They're in the business of selling your personal data to the highest bidder for advertisement purposes. That's their business model, and thinking otherwise is stupid. So you're willingly giving them your own data that they can sell and make profit off of, and then they still give you some hindrance like, ooh, you can only use 15 gigabytes. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, under other device data, this is where it even falls further apart. So contacts, call histories, yeah, of course that's going to be backed up because that's something that they can sell. It takes almost virtually no space, and yet it brings them probably one of the highest revenues that they can get. Same thing goes for SMS and MMS messages. Obviously, that's just goldmine of information that they can sell. Now, what would matter to you other than those SMS and MMS messages probably and contacts would be apps and app data. Now, app data might not be as important, as you can just kind of re-sign into applications. Usually, app data carries information such as sign-ins. So your passwords, when you open up an application, let's say like YouTube, you are automatically signed in. You don't need to sign in every time you open it up. That's what app data stores. And this is not actually going to get backed up, like at all. Now, when it comes down to apps themselves, that also is not going to get backed up. A backup would imply that a copy of something that is currently being on your device is going to be, there's going to be a copy of it created that you can later on access. But that copy is never created, because the way Google looks at it is, number one, the applications that you're backing up would need to, first of all, originate from Play Store. If they are from any other store or the browser, Google couldn't give a shit less about it. So they just leave it completely behind. They're closing their eyes and basically pretending that this application doesn't exist if it didn't come from Play Store. Now, even if an application did come from Play Store, let's just take a Yuzu emulator as an example. Big fuck you to Nintendo. So you downloaded Yuzu when it was on Play Store, right? You're now backing it up because, well, you want it, right? Now, when you're going to restore this data, yeah, Yuzu emulator won't be one of those applications that get restored, because Google never created a backup of it. What they did is essentially give themselves a little sticky note that they need to re-download this from Play Store. Now here comes the biggest problem. Yuzu, which I use as an example for a reason, does not exist on Play Store any longer, because Nintendo Avengers of lawyers assembled to get rid of it from the goddamn multiverse, so no one can emulate Nintendo Switch games on their phone. So for those purposes, you might have had that application, but the moment you reset your phone, that application is gone from your phone, and it can't even be downloaded any longer from Play Store, because it obviously got a takedown from there. And the way backup works, it would need to re-download it from Play Store, but it's not there, so nothing to download really. So that's why I absolutely hate this. So yeah, let's move into some other options which are a bit better. So Motorola has a application called Moto Move, I think it is. I have no actual clue where it actually is being stored. I'm pretty sure it should be here. Security, come on, is this thing? It started. Cool. Nope, this is just customization. Oh, there we go. Now, I don't want to update it. There we go. Get your iCloud data too. Now, you don't need to do this through iCloud. I think I would need to update it. But in any case, this is just one of the applications. Now, which application like this one you'll be using is very dependent on what you're going to be resetting this device for. So if you're resetting it because you got a new phone and you're switching to that one, you can use applications such as the Moto Move to migrate all of the data to the new device as long as it's Motorola. This is a Motorola exclusive application, at least by this name, and it is used to help you move to Motorola phones and in between them. Now, it will not be used to move data from Motorola to other brand of device. You'll always need to use the application of the brand of phone that you're going to be moving that data to. And if, for instance, you get a new phone like Samsung, or maybe this is your old phone, and you want to create a backup of your data to this device, right? It doesn't matter if it's old or new in reality. If it's just something that you want to move the data to for, like I said, as a backup, that's completely viable. Or if you're just going to be using this as your new phone, that's also okay. Samsung uses Smart Switch, and because you would be moving data to Samsung in this case, you would need to download Smart Switch on Motorola. Uses that Smart Switch application to connect these two phones together, which would in turn let you choose right here what you want to move from this phone, which would be possible. You can basically move everything, including apps, contacts, everything that Google offered plus more, without those hindrances, like for instance photos and videos being limited to 15 gigabytes or applications only when they come from Play Store. There is no need to have any kind of BS like this. If an application is on your phone, it gets moved. It actually gets moved. So that's great. And additionally, what I consider a massive benefit is that when you're doing this kind of migration, you will never be migrating this data. This data will never touch the fucking cloud, which means that it's in your full control, and it's never going to be used to train some AI BS or sold off to the highest bidder. which I personally consider to be a massive benefit. As long as I'm not getting paid for my own data that I generate, I sure shit won't be sharing it. And if a company decides to steal it, that's fine, because eventually they will get a class action lawsuit. So that should help you understand like how to back up your device in the best way, and I recommend using that. Now, I only told you 2 different applications right here, so the Moto Move and Smart Switch, but each brand has their own kind of application like this, and they're all named differently. You have things like I said, Smart Switch, Moto Move, Mi Mover from Xiaomi, Phone Clone from Huawei, Clone Phone for Oppo, Realme, Vivo, and OnePlus, and so on. So you can just search for what brand of the device you have that you want to move the data to, and just know not every company has it, but vast majority of the bigger brands do. So you'll then download that application here, and you have to migrate all of your data that you want. Now, with that out of the way, let's go into the actual reset process, as I did waste about 10 minutes already. And in here, we're going to navigate to our settings. Let me just back out. And in settings, you want to, again, scroll down to System. And in here, you have Reset Options right below the backup. And you want to select the last option, which is Erase All Data Factory Reset. This will load up all the data that will be removed by this process, which includes your Google accounts. Now, it doesn't delete the Google accounts, it just removes them from this phone right here, and you can later on re-sign into them. Things like system and app data, settings, downloaded apps, music, photos, and all user data. So we have already created a backup, so this really doesn't matter. So we're going to select Erase All Data right here. Now, if you have some kind of screen lock, you will need to confirm it. And once you've done so, it gives you a quick little message. All of your personal information and downloaded apps will be deleted. You cannot undo this action. Again, it doesn't matter. We have backed up our device, so erase all data. And this will now begin factory resetting the device, which will take about a minute or so to finish up. And when it's completed, we'll be presented with Android setup screen. So I'll be back once that is visible for me. And as you can see, the process is now finished, and you can set up your device however you like. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.